What's up, Jedi's in training? This is your Shaolin 5 stances. I'm going to talk about just a brief points for you to pay attention to as you practice, as well as to keep you safe and really maximize these 5 foundational movements of martial arts, of strength practices and movements. Okay, so the first thing I want you to know is that this practice, I learned it from Sifu Yan Li. Okay. And so, I'm going to teach you a little bit differently. And when you do these movements, I want you to really fine tune and own these movements for yourself. Okay. So then we can begin to teach each other. This set routine is going to strengthen your legs. All right. Really strengthen your legs, strengthen your back. It's also going to increase the flexibility in your hips, in your glutes, and in your groin. All right. The other thing that's going to do is train your focus, train your breath, and begin to build up what we call a charge of piezoelectricity in your fascia. Okay? And the fascia being all of the connected tissue that interlaces the muscles, ligaments, tendon, bones, organ system, right? And one thing here at Noble Movement Academy is we also train virtues, okay? So inlaid in these movements is the training of virtue of trust in your body, okay? And knowing that confidence comes from your inner being, comes from a feeling of stability, of strength in your body and your muscles, and an understanding, and the beginning to develop self-mastery of our bodies, okay? So we can inhabit, feel safe, and trust in our body and our awareness. So let's review. First movement is the wide horse stance. Okay, so I shift the weight to one side, boom. Now I'm loaded. I step out, boom, and I want to go wide enough so that when I sink down, right, the feet are outside the shoulder, maybe double the width, and I can sink into my butt. Okay, you don't want to be too wide like this, right? All right, and you'll feel what's right for your body, okay? And you obviously don't want to be too narrow, so you just find your sweet spot. And a couple keys here: when my feet are on the ground, I begin to spiral, externally rotating, right? So the knees aren't in here; it's not good for the knees. You want to spiral, externally rotate the feet and the hips, and you'll feel your glutes. You'll feel all these outside leg channels begin to activate. Okay. Then from here, eventually your goal is to get to 90 degrees. If you have to stay higher at first, no problem, okay? Don't force anything. Now the next movement, we slide, and as I slide, this toe opens, okay? I'm gonna slide, boom. And then this toe will align, and this leg posture is very similar to the warrior pose in yoga. One toe pointing forward, one toe at a slight 45, getting a stretch in that back calf. So here I'm staying up fairly high, right? And this is a good place to start. As you get stronger and more advanced, when you slide, you can extend deeper and wider and lower, okay, as your strength improves and your flexibility in your hips and your calves improve. Now from here, I'm going to open the back hand, and I want you to pay attention. So the hand and the foot, are connected. So as I begin to draw with my hand, right? And then the hip and the shoulder are connected. All right, so I'm folding into the hip and the shoulder simultaneously, all right? So I'll kind of show you in a fast motion. Okay? So from here, fast motion. Now this is we call the lateral lunge, okay? And I begin to sink into this leg, activating my glutes. This toe is either parallel or slightly internally rotated, okay? But my foot is flat on the ground and I'm pressing through my palm. This leg is long, getting the inside leg channels, okay? And then you sink here. That's the tricky part. It's going to take practice. You're going to rise, and then it's 1. As the leg goes back, 2. As I sink, I punch the back hand. 3 and sink. As you inhale, the arms open. And then as you exhale, we call this cat stance. You're going to sink into that hip. And it's also called a, for those of you who have done like pistol squats, it starts with that sink and that little bit of a hinge into your butt. Okay, so if you have knee issues, and right now we're coming out at a 45 degrees, sometimes this angle, my hip doesn't like it so much, or your knee might not like it. So if that's the case, after you do your punches, you can come up and be a little bit more centered forward. Okay, and we'll go to the other side. Step out wide, gather in the chi of the universe. Exhale, press down through your palms, activate your triceps at the bottom. Externally rotate your feet, feel your glutes. Lift up on the perineum a little bit. Inhale, slide. Exhale, fire your back. Shoulders are down and back. Firing your lats. Flex your fist hard. As you inhale, open the hand, foot starts to turn, hip starts to fold, and then this opposite arm is doing a row. Okay, so I'll show you from this side. All right, the opposite arm is doing the row. Boom. Okay, so remember this posture. I want to feel the lat. Hand comes right by the waist, just like if you're in the gym and you're doing a back row, an underhand back row. That's what we're looking for. All right, and then this top hand, front hand, it makes this triangular shape. This triangular shape. Shoulder, elbow, shoulder, boom. It's like we're protecting our body here. Then you inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, sink. Good. Then we inhale, open. Exhale, cat stance. Sink into your butt. The weight should be in your butt and in your back leg. And you can actually lift that foot up, okay? We don't want you to put the weight in the front leg. That's not what this is about. Back leg, okay. Now there's one more thing I want to note about it's called the cross back lunge, okay? So to get the cross back lunge, I should almost teach it in its own video because there's a lot of different components to it, but I'll teach it here now. When you do your cross back lunge, do this practice with me right now, hands on your hips. You're going to cross back about a 45-degree angle. The back knee will come down in alignment with that back calf, okay? Or even slightly on the outside of this left calf, okay? We don't want the knee to be too close and tight like this, because then the tension will go on this knee. We want the tension to go into your butt. So you got to make sure that knee is behind the calf, all right, like so. Now you can sink in, all right? So this is the position we want. Let's go to the other side. Hips are fairly squared up, pointing this way. That way this knee can track this foot. See this? Knee is over the midfoot, possibly over to the toe. Okay. Now that we're aligned, we're safe. Okay. And then the power is in the glutes. Okay. Power is here in the glutes. And that's basically it. Okay. So have fun, be safe, and one other thing. When you're in each position, flex your muscles. Okay. Especially in this row, like really give it like, wow, okay? When I'm down here, I'm not just holding here, I'm firing my back, I'm firing my core, wow. Because you really want to get the activation of fascia, all right? Like your life depended on it, okay? Same thing in each position. So when I'm in here and I'm punching, my lat is engaging, and I'm firing my forearm, firing my lat and all the, okay, you want to feel the charge in your fascia and all your channels. Okay, leave some comments, let me know how you're doing, ask questions, and that way we can support you here at the Academy. Much love.